right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Bitter breeze. Even though the wind is finally easing some tonight, Tuesday morning wind chills are frigid. The change is coming in about 36 hours.
Vandals do big damage to a little library.
It's messed up. It's not the right thing to do.
Tonight, a North County woman's plea for help to restock the shelves. Our top story, tensions run high as a controversial resolution on immigration fails in St. Charles County.
A large crowd packed tonight's meeting. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. The measure failed with a 3-3 tie. One of its sponsors was not there to cast a vote. Laura Barcheski is live in St. Charles with how this proposal was different from the one proposed 2 weeks ago, Laura.
It really was a lot different, Mike and Kelly, and while the resolution wording changed quite a bit, organizations against it still say this misrepresents their program and will make all Latin immigrants feel unwelcome if passed. The St. Charles County Council chambers were overflowing with people ready to speak on a highly controversial Resolution 2308.
A resolution opposing the importation of illegal migrants into the region.
The resolution sponsor, Joe Brazel, says he believes the St. Charles County Council should support the lawsuits challenging the humanitarian parole program, which is designed to bring immigrants from Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, and Nicaragua to the U.S.
It didn't go through the act of Congress, and it was signed. And so these 20 states are suing the federal government, the Homeland Security, on this particular issue. And the other argument is so they're not legal immigrants. They're basically, in the eyes of 20 attorney generals, they're illegal immigrants.
County Council members Mike Elam and Nancy Schneider disagree with the resolution. Elam says he hates the way this resolution paints St. Charles County.
Resolutions like this, as you can see in this room, does not represent a positive aspect. We need to be a positive voice in the region.
State Senator Eigel says he supports Brazel and the resolution.
My policy on illegal immigrants has always been clear. Don't let any more illegal immigrants in, and send the illegal immigrants that are already here back over the border.
The previous resolution specifically named the International Institute and their part in initiating a section of this program for St. Louis called the Latino Outreach Initiative. While it no longer names them, they believe this still misrepresents their efforts.
It still makes inferences or references to the fact that this program is providing, is actually bringing illegal migrants into the region, which is incorrect.
While the resolution did fail in a tied 3-3 vote, one of the council members was not here tonight. He was also one of the bill's sponsors. It's important to note that a resolution here is basically just a statement of opposition. It's not at all like a bill which becomes law and requires enforcement. Reporting live in St. Charles, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
A chilly November evening across St. Louis. In fact, tonight could be the coldest night of the season. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here to tell us how cold it will be when you head out the door in the morning. Scott.
Tell you what, some of us are going to be in the teens, and those of us that aren't will likely feel like it early tomorrow morning for sure. We still have some clouds around St. Louis right now. They're beginning to break up from the north and west. Flights today in and out of Lambert, not as bad as you might think. Some delays, but we didn't note a lot of cancellations today. We're down to 36 degrees in St. Louis. First patch of clouds sliding off to our east right now. Wind chill, there's still a breeze. Our wind chill's at 27, but look at your wind chills farther north of St. Louis. Even though the winds are settling down some tonight, and yes, there still will be a light breeze early tomorrow morning, but the winds won't be as strong as they have been. Right now, they're north-northwest 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow morning, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That will still put our wind chills in the mid-teens in St. Louis. We'll actually drop into the 20s in town. Outlying areas will fall back into the teens. Less wind overnight into tomorrow. Wednesday's pick day of the week, but Thursday into Friday, rain returns. More on that in a few minutes, Mike.
All right, Scott. Developing tonight, St. Louis police investigating a deadly and fiery crash in North City. The one-car wreck happened near the intersection of Hall Street and Adelaide. We're told one person in the car died. Their name has not yet been released. No word yet on what led to that crash.
Tonight, an 11-year-old Metro East boy is being treated at a St. Louis hospital after he was hit by a car while riding his bike. The crash happened near the intersection of Godfrey Road and Celesta Street in Godfrey just after 4 this afternoon. We are told the driver had a green light and remained on the scene.
Tonight, 2 men and a teen remain in custody after a manager was shot and killed outside a Hazelwood hotel.
It happened over the weekend. New tonight, Robert Townsend reports it's the latest gun violence in the community that has neighbors and leaders concerned.
In the past 2 months, several shootings have popped off in Hazelwood in North St. Louis County. In a single day on October 2nd, police say 70 gunshots were fired outside this QT gas station near 270 and North Lindbergh. Police say an 18-year-old was killed during a fight among teenagers. Last weekend, a man was shot after an argument at a Phillips 66 across the street from that business. And Saturday night, investigators say manager Victor Folks asked 2 men to leave this hotel off Dunn Road when he was shot in his leg. Folks died at a hospital.
It's rapid fire, like a very large rifle, just shots and shots and shots and shots.
Amanda Wilder lives behind the hotel where the latest shooting happened.
It's frustrating because it's very quiet here.
My heart goes out to the family of the gentleman who was killed, and it's senseless.
St. Louis County Council Chair Rita Days is concerned about the gun violence happening in her District 1 area. She was stunned to hear that one of the suspects in the hotel homicide is once again a juvenile.
I'm understanding that some older people are using these young people to commit some of these crimes, which is unacceptable.
Police say on any given night, 6 to 8 officers patrol the streets of Hazelwood. So what would you like to see?
More police presence and less guns on the street, less shootings.
Meantime, Councilwoman Days tells me she would like to see community leaders here in Hazelwood meet and address the gun violence.
In terms of a meeting of the minds, if you will. And I think that clearly is going to be in order because this is going to get out of control.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And neighbors say they are willing to attend a possible town hall meeting and further share their concerns about the violence in Hazelwood.
New tonight, St. Louis County will have to pay up to a former councilman. Tim Fitch has reached a $600,000 settlement. County Executive Sam Page had argued the former police chief shouldn't receive his police pension while earning a pension as a county council member. The settlement includes $339,000 in back pension payments.
Would have just followed their own ordinances and not fought this in the courts, it would have saved the taxpayers approximately $300,000.
Page's office had no comment beyond the settlement agreement, which does state it's not an admission of liability by any party.
A free library box that draws neighborhood children in a Florissant neighborhood has been broken into and all of its books destroyed. New tonight, Annie Kroll talked with disappointed young readers and the woman who started it, Annie.
Well, she's known as Miss Mary to the kids in her neighborhood. Mary Sullivan began this free library outside her home 5 years ago. She's a retired critical care nurse, now facing her own medical challenges. Upset after their down-the-street library was damaged, I asked some of the neighborhood children why they love stopping by Miss Mary's house so much.
Because I like books, and because they're fun, and because I like them.
Saving time and money probably.
Mary Sullivan moved back to this house in Florissant after living in California for 35 years. After unpacking, her first goal 5 years ago was to get a free library up and running. This is just a sample of the handwritten notes thanking Mary for giving them books and supplying the popular stories like Harry Potter or even self-esteem books they request. Inheriting her childhood home, Mary says connecting with these neighborhood students makes her day, something much needed after this former emergency nurse became the patient herself.
December 20th of last year, I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, early onset, and these kids keep me going. I can't tell you, they make me smile so much. They're just so kind and sweet, and they're mad. They're mad about this library getting messed up.
Monday morning, Mary saw all of her books thrown on the ground, ruined by the overnight rain. Mary has had to temporarily close her doors because of the incident until after the holidays.
That was sad and horrible.
It's a little sad, and whoever did it, I don't know why, because I come here a lot and stuff like that, but yeah, it just messed up.
A friend of Mary's has now installed 4 security cameras to keep a better eye on the handmade box full of books.
I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Mary says another free library had its glass shattered recently in Florissant. If you would like to donate relatively new books to Mary's free little library, you can email Mary. She'll come and pick them up right from your door. We've included her email in this story at ksdk.com. Mike and Kelly.
All right, thank you, Ann.